Hello viewers, this is Paladin of Odin, and this is some more Magic the Gathering Online. This is another episode of the Standard Commentary series. So that was a turn 5 Oath of Gideon from the Esper side. Over to the Mardu side, he has Gideon, Ally of Zendikar, and 1/2/2 Knight token. Makes another Knight token. And attacks in with the other Knight token. Esper takes the damage. He was on 21. There was no reason to block there. He's attacking in with the ally tokens, going for Gideon. Block with the Knight token, gets rid of one of the core tokens, and Gideon takes one. Ah, Wingmate Rock. I was just about to start questioning why he just attacked like that for so little benefit. Ooh, Crackling Doom. So Wingmate Rock dies, he still gets the 3/4 Flying Bird token. Mardu side plays Goblin Dark Dwellers. Flashback Crackling Doom. That gets rid of the bird token, and Esper's down to 15. He mans up Gideon, and Esper concedes. Yeah, things were going very pear-shaped for the Esper deck, especially since he only had 2 cards left in his hand. So we know that it's Esper, not Esper Control, Esper Tokens now. So let's go to game 2. Alright, early land plays, and before I forget, I'd like to apologize to you guys in advance for the deck lists that are going to be put on these videos for the next couple of days. They are going to be terribly inaccurate, because now that Oath is out, everybody is throwing Oath cards in their old standard decks, changing the lists, or creating a brand new deck, and we won't see those deck lists until constructed tournaments happen, which typically aren't going to happen until the weekend. You know, Friday Night Magic, tournaments on Saturday, so it's going to take, you know, about half a week for those deck lists to start emerging, and then probably another week before they start to get stabilized again. A Duress gets rid of Transgress the Mind, leaving him with Secure the Wastes, Blighted Fen, Hangerback Walker, and Wingmate Rock. Not really the best hand right now. But then again, he has 2 Hangerback Walkers now. But that's what's going to be happening on my videos for the next, probably week and a half. The deck lists are not going to be as accurate as I'd like, or as you guys would like. So bear with me. It'll be, like I said, it'll be about a week and a half before everything starts to settle down. Oath of Gideon from the Mardu side. Starting to think maybe this is Esper Tokens versus Mardu Tokens. Though I haven't seen, I've never heard of a deck called Mardu Tokens yet. And Esper's holding back his Hangerback Walkers, which isn't a bad idea. You tank them up as much as you can, or as far as you're willing to wait. Because there is a delicate balance between attacking with the Hangerback Walker too soon, like when he's a 1/1 and it's not really that good, or waiting until too long. Like, if it were you buffing up the walker every turn and say you got to 6/6 before you attacked, you probably waited too long. Sorin, Solemn Visitor, +1, so the core tokens are 2/1 lifelinks, and he passes the turn. But in this particular situation, he's not too soon, he's not too late. He's trying to feel out the timing, and right now, there's no better thing for him to do than to hold back the walkers and buff him at the end of the other guy's turn. That way, like right now, he untaps with a 3/3 and a 2/2, which might be useful right now, depending on what else is in his hand. And he's attacking all in, going for Sorin. Even if he doesn't block here, Sorin's not going to die. He's only going to take 5. But at the same time, Sorin has 6 loyalty counters on him already. So one of the ally tokens is going for the 2/2 Hangerback Walker. They're going to trade. Sorin takes 3, goes down to 3 loyalty counters. The Hangerback Walker spawns 2 Thopters. Second main phase for the Esper Tokens deck. Alright, he has his 5 mana. He can play Wingmate Rock now. He attacked this turn. And there it is. Esper's doing pretty good this game. The Mardu side he's in some trouble here. Crackling Doom would be decent. Gideon, ally of Zendikar. He anthems Gideon, so now all of his creatures get +1/+1. He makes a 2/2 vampire token with Sorin. And Duress from the Esper side. I have to say, I don't really like Mardu's chances here. Duress gets rid of the Read the Bones, leaves him with Fiery Impulse and Eldrazi Displacer. No mana to cast the Fiery Impulse, so that's not going to help him here. Vampire is a 3/3, Core is a 2/2. Let's see. If he sends... if he sends the Thopters at Sorin and the birds at Gideon, he'll get rid of both of the Planeswalkers. And in the process, depending on whether he wants to keep the vampire token or not, he might kill the vampire off. Okay. So one I was going to say, one Thopter at the face, one at Gideon. So far, a Thopter at Gideon and a bird at Sorin. Alright, the Thopters are going for Gideon. Alright, he's going to do the attack that I was thinking. So he attacks with 4 creatures, so he gains 4 life. Both the birds are going for Sorin, both the Thopters are going for Gideon. He blocks a Thopter since it's the only thing he can block where the vampire will live. And it will knock down 1 creature for the Esper side. Unfortunately, there was nothing he could do to save Gideon or Sorin. And he's still facing off against... 5 mana... Didn't he just top 5 mana? Well, he plays a 2/2 Hangerback Walker. Mardu is... Okay, he plays another Oath of Gideon, which really isn't very helpful because almost all of the creatures that matter are flyers. The good news is he has 19 life, so he can sustain being attacked for a turn or two. Esper goes directly into his attack phase. I'd be tempted to play it safe here and only attack with the flyers. Hold back the hangerbacks so that you can buff them up again so that they're big enough to tangle with those creatures without getting killed. Huh. He attacks in with the birds and the 3/3 hangerback walker. Gains 3 off of the wingmate rock. The vampire blocks the wingmate rock. We know that Mardu has a fiery impulse in his hand. Mardu's down to 13. Second main phase, Oath of Gideon from Esper. End of turn. Fiery Impulse to kill the Wingmate Rock. In response, he buffs up the Hangerback Walker, so now he has 2 3/3 walkers. And Mardu plays Pia and Kira Nalar. That does give him 2 2/2 flying blockers, which will eat other Thopters, and he could double block the bird and kill it, losing 1 Thopter in the process. He doesn't have the mana to sacrifice Thopters to Pia and Kira Nalar to deal 2 damage to things. Back to Esper. 1 card in his hand. Attacking in with just the Hangerback Walkers. Mardu decides to take the damage, so he's down to 7. Goes back to Mardu. Okay, so he does have the mana to activate Blighted Fen if he needs to. Not that it would help all that much because it would get rid of, a token. But Mardu draws his card, has a look at his hand for a little bit, and decides to concede. I don't blame him. Things were not going well for him there, and I don't really think that he could have pulled it out, even if he top-decked something really good. But that was Esper Tokens versus, I'm going to call it Mardu Tokens. And if you like